Hey curious people, welcome to another Wednesday Scrap Chat with me, Solars. Well, what a week. Today we're going to focus on the little guys for a few reasons. I want to see and I want to show you, I've had a few people asking what what little things you get the best boards or best copper out of. So I've got a random selection here of things, and I'm going to break them all down and we're going to see what we actually get out of these, you know, little bits and pieces. So we're going to see what we get out of all of this stuff, and see what has the best components. Get the most for your money, or make the most money. Okay, so I test everything before I scrap it, and actually this sort of works. Woo! So the motor's, it's variable speed. Yikes. So I'm not going to scrap this. I'm going to see if I can clean it up, maybe get it running a bit smoother. It feels like there maybe might a little loose connection in there or something. So I'm not scrapping that, but I do have another base that I can do instead. The only thing that's missing is this, and some of you have seen me do these before anyway, so that's fine. So I've got everything else over here. I've tried to get it all up ready so that I don't have to do much bending. Obviously some of you know about the accident I had last week in the car park with my trying to protect my daughter, which left me not faring so well. But I am actually walking without the crutches now, unless it's all the way down the garden. That's a bit too far, there's nothing for me to lean on, so I'm using the crutches to walk that far, but I'm not using them around the house because in honesty they're a bigger hindrance than help. So I'm still in a fair bit of pain. So yeah, I'm just doing what I can do, but in typical Solars style, I have actually got, where can I put this without moving too much? There. I have actually got another pallet on the way. Timing's awful. Timing's awful, but it was a case of get it or be without one for another 4 months or so, they said. So although I have this injury at the moment, in a week or two I'm going to be like raring to go on pallet goods. So I had to make that decision of, yeah, it's actually going to be really inconvenient for everybody for it to arrive now, but we'll just get all hands on deck. I'm sure you know, people will help me move it through, she hopes. I can utilise my son and my daughter there. She's getting to the age where she can help as well, so we're going to do that. Anyway, without further ado, so basically this is not my week in scrap because it's Tuesday. I've had to spend all that time laid up, which absolutely sucked. But thankfully I've had all of your wonderful content, those of you who have channels on here. I have caught up on so many videos. It's awesome, and I had some recommendations for some new people as well, which was just as awesome. So I've been going back through some old videos, and I've been re-watching some for people who need the hours as well. You know, the favourites or the long ones. Okay, so actually the other day I did start doing this one, so I had already undone this bit. I wasn't doing it on camera because I don't obviously do everything on camera, but then I thought, well, as I'm doing mini gadgets, perhaps I'll show you what I do have. I'm already a bit achy actually, but let's just see how we go. I've been itching to get out here. Okay, so we've actually got this board here. I've got some of these old green ones. They're not dipped, so they're ceramic, but they're not dipped. So They may not be. The jury's out on that one. You wouldn't know until you process, basically. Oh dear. So that's that bit. And the other stuff we've got in here, if you can see, there's quite a weighty transformer actually, and then the speaker, and a few wires. So basically the best way in is to get this off and go in through the there's also a nice switch there, so it is a nice example actually. So to help me, my dad has lovingly sharpened this for me because there was no way I could stand here with an angle grinder myself. So he's sharpened the hammer that I had made blunt. So let's just see if I can get into this easily. It's quite frustrating not being able to do what you want to do. Anyone who's had any ailment will know that feeling of frustration. Now, I mean, some of you know that I have pelvis issues anyway, but I am going to have some follow-up tests with this one to see, you know, why I got so injured. See what's going on there. But yeah, it isn't fun when you can't do what you want to do. Anyway, I'm not going to keep going on about it, but it's just giving me the week from hell. It put one of my pelvises out, puts my back out. But obviously this injury was, you know, needing emergency treatment straight away, was a bit different to my usual injury. So normally a couple of days out and I'm rested up and I'm good to go again, but not this time. This one's going to take a while. So usually there's like the mesh over. Remove the mesh and it will show you these screws. You can't get these out from the other way. You have to take these screws out. So simple jobby with the impact. Getting stuck. There we go. So it is actually Tuesday evening. I've only just felt sort of like I could come out here. I just want to get as much as possible done tonight and tomorrow morning, so there's no like mad rush. So there we go, beefy speaker. So in here there is a little tiny ring of copper like this. So here's one from another one I've done. It's always on this cardboard thing. That is in the centre of the speaker around a magnet. But they add up. So, you know, if you're breaking it down, you may as well get that bit of copper out. See, there you go. It's just pulled up nicely. And usually I just snip it off. Got the big tin snips for ease of just snipping it out there, and then you can actually separate the copper. It's not much, obviously, like everything micro, it adds up when you've got dozens and dozens of these. Now, I did go through a stage of keeping all my speakers to process down the line to keep the magnets, but I have started taking them to the yard now because there's only so many you need. I know everyone's like, no, you can have millions of magnets. But yeah, I'm trying not to go crazy on the hoarding front. So these I now put into shred, because this is just iron. And then a little tiny bit of board there that came off. It's just the jack there. And then we also want the transformer. So, the transformer's not going to be quite so simple, unfortunately. Wait, I have a feeling there might be a fourth. There may well be a fourth screw hidden under this one. Where's the chisel? do it the easy way. Just trying to do it the least strenuous way possible, to be honest. And I was correct. There we go. 4th screw. Take that out and the transformer will fall down. There we go. So, that is a heavy one. Very nice. And then this is all waste. But it's wood, it's not plastic. I'm going to chuck it over there anyway, because I can't. I'm not going to manoeuvre around at the moment. I'm not even touching that plastic pile. I've only just done a recycle centre run anyway, so it doesn't really matter how big that gets for now. Well, that's weird. That's a pen. The end of a pen. What's that doing inside a speaker? Okay, so nice big transformer. Let's have a look at copper. Oh, okay. I need to. Let's see if I can have the gumption to do this now. See, I could sit down on the stool, but I find it really hard scrapping sitting down, and I always want to get up or need to get up. That worked a treat. Okay, that wasn't too strenuous. So the last thing I want to do is be struggling on and off of that high stool. That's the way I feel at the moment. In 10 minutes I might decide otherwise. But for now, we're staying with the standing up option. So this week, once I'm feeling, you know, a little bit better, I think I'm going to get stronger every day now, so that's a good thing. I am going to start depopulation videos, and I'm going to show how I make the maximum kind of value from totally depopulating boards, and then what I do with the components and how I move the components on, etc, etc. Okay, so well, what I'm not going to do, guys, is I'm not doing any heavy hammering, not yet. Oh no, my poor baby's going to miss mama. Yes, I'm having hammer time withdrawal symptoms. I should just have to watch a bit more Ian Matthews to get my hammer time fill. So I'm not going to do this now because it's just going to be too difficult. I will, however, cut off the wires. Have a look at those. And difficult to see actually. So for that I need this gizmo. This thing is awesome, I have to say. If you can't quite tell, hang on, let me just adjust it. Yeah, if you can't quite tell, just simply use one of these electrician's things. Oh, aluminium. Shame. Okay, well that's a shame because it's nice and thick. But that bit's copper, but this internal bit, and I assume the red will be exactly the same. It certainly looks as if it's going to be. We'll have a look anyway. I think so. Let's just double check. Ugh, curl it around. Darn. Okay, so that's aluminium anyway. Okay, so that's the transformer. Quite like those. They're coming for some e-waste creations. Yeah, magnet. So this board. This random little board. Let's just take it off the plastic. And have have a little look. Quite difficult to get in there because of the bits holding on that heatsink. Okay, so again, plastic junk. Okay, so aluminium heatsink, quite a big one actually. So, you know, that's something. We've got this port here as well. And some ICs, resistors, diodes, obviously capacitors. So perhaps I'll show you that as one of my depopulation ones later on in the week. Show you what I get and what I do. Okay, so there we go. That was the speaker. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to pile it all on one side to show you at the end, you know, all the different bits that I got. Okay, next we've got a Garmin sat-nav. So obviously there's a screen, well, I can stay down there. Obviously there's a screen on these. I've never actually got into a sat-nav, so that is actually quite interesting to see what we've got. It's quite tough, which is pretty good. I like Garmin as products go. See, if I have to, I can put it in the vise, but I didn't really want to have to do that. Just edge up a corner. Usually you can, I'm always doing this away so that I don't do the old classic in the hand job. There we go. Which we've all done. Tiny little screws here. So for that, I use my trusted freebie mobile phone screen repair screwdriver. Which actually this one might be too big. Yeah. So I'm going for the other freebie that gets used even less. Is that doing it? So small, it's actually a bit hard to see. I'm not sure it is. Oh. Are they oh, they're Torx. Wow, that's like the smallest Torx I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Well, I mean, there's no way I don't know if my 6 or 5 is the smallest. 6. You never know. Is it? Is it? It's a bit too big, but it's sort of doing it. I don't think I've got a 5. No, I don't. Unless there's one on this. No. Yes! Oh, yeah! God, this thing comes to the rescue so often. Highly recommend this kit, guys. Amazon. Amazon. Cheap little thing. I don't know, £10 or something, but I tell you what, the amount of times this thing comes to my rescue, it is well worth the money. And there we go, it has got the right size. God, these are quite long, these tiny little screws. Yeah, the only downside is the size of the sort of shaft here, is that if it's something that's deep in, you can't get in, you can't get it in, you can't get it in the hole. So yeah, bad times. But anyway, I recommend this one, and I'll show you again what kit. Uru Precision suit screwdriver. But yeah, highly recommend it, guys. And you can see all the different bits on there, all different shapes and sizes. But what's good about it is that they're small. So we've all got bigger, different things of these, but these are small and really very handy. Okay, last one here. And so actually, yeah, I've been putting off my depopulation for ages. I'm now sort of, you've got to be in the mood, and it's really therapeutic, and I love doing it, which is the funny thing, but you have got to be in the mood, and I am definitely in the mood, so that is going to happen this week. I might do like, I don't know whether I'm going to do all in one video, the different boards, or do different videos for different boards, not sure. I'll see what I fancy at the time. God, these gloves have seen better days. But, you know. Okay. So usually at this point, I get hammer time crazy. Instead, just gonna see if I can eke her out this way. Yeah. There we go. Ooh. See a nice board. Okay, so here we've got the screen. Okay, so that's a steel screen, so I do still typically get the metal backing off because, you know, I may as well. Now that one is aluminium. So in which case, this is a screen. If that was just steel, I'd just leave it. But as this is an aluminium one, what I will do is I will actually break this screen down, take the aluminium, send the screen off to the recycling centre so it's disposed of responsibly. Bit of plastic waste there. Okay, let's have a little tub for little bits of shred, shall we? Okay, so that's the screen. Now, tiny little board, and that's still the Torx actually. So, and the same size, which is a treat because they like to throw in rogue sizes, don't they, and switch it up for you just to be difficult. So obviously there's a battery here. It's a lithium ion battery. We all know the perils of lithium ion batteries. Have to be stored properly. I actually like to get my batteries out as quickly as possible, and I don't store them in my shed. They're stored in another container out round the back, out of direct sunlight, just for extra safety really, because they do catch fire, and I don't want my shed to burn down basically. Okay, so here got a couple of gold looking contacts. What were they connected to? Yeah, they were connected to this gold flashing here. So those we'll be taking. Just a bit too good a colour to be brass. I wouldn't have expected those to be gold, but they are gold. So, damn, did I just drop the gold up my sleeve? There we go. Okay, tiny, but you know, it adds up. So, where can I put that where I won't lose it? Okay, I'll put it on there. Now, tiny little board. Obviously we've got some gold flashing on here. This is quite interesting, this little board actually. So let's just see. There we go, got that electromagnetic shielding off, and as you can see there is a tiny gold band crystal oscillator here. There's a BGA there, or is that a flat pack? It's so tiny. No, it's a flat pack. There. Okay. What? Something's running on top of the roof of this shed. Ugh. And I can't go out. I can't do unnecessary walking. That's about it, guys, really. I'm not too sure what this is here. It looks like we've got some gold plating here. And there's, my nail poking through. I don't know if you can see, there are actually different layers to this. I've never seen one of these before. If anyone knows what that is, let me know. Yeah, that is interesting. There's a memory card slot here, and there's some gold pins in there. Tiny MLCCs. That sounds like a rodent. That doesn't sound like a bird. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's outside. Not that I care, I'm not actually scared of rodents. Okay, this most side is steel. Sometimes they're brass, but this one isn't. That's going to go in there. Okay, so that, pretty standard, is the inside the sat nav. Nice little board, you know, got a bit of gold flashing. Gold flashing is not the same as gold plating though, which I will go into in a bit more detail in my video this week. Okay, so here we've got a VTech vSmile Pocket Learning System. Takes cartridges. Oh no, wait. Yeah. Takes cartridges. That's good. We like things that take cartridges. There's probably some screws in here. Yeah, some screw holes. So, let's see what we've got going on here. Looks like there's going to be more under here. Yeah. Whenever you can see like a moulded shape like this, it's a pretty good giveaway that there are screws underneath it. Because otherwise, why would it be there? Not too sure on that one. Possibly, yeah. And there as well. These little screwdrivers are great for this because you can just dig in and hoik them out. I think that's all. Let's see. One doesn't want to play ball. What does that one? I don't want to ruin it, so it's quite small actually. God, yeah, that is in there. Okay, which other one? This one. You can hear the pop. I might have to sit down in a minute. The trouble is the stool's so heavy. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah. Okay. This is destined for hammer time. Okay, so here's some brass for the battery terminals. Obviously I get that, I get everything. Little bits of board. Funny little screws these are. Nothing incredible here. I've done that one. Yeah. That one's been a pig. This is just where the cartridge screen and the cartridge. Okay, so Obviously you've got your screen. So sometimes the screens do have some gold fingers and gold flashings connecting them on this bit here. This one does actually, but it's tiny, but it'll be the same the other end. That one's aluminium, so that will be getting further broken down. Okay, so I've still got my safety glasses on. We've got some switches, so there's switches will have silver contacts. So that's silver here. Silver flashing on these ones, so it's a bit different to your clicky switches. So this stuff, I've explained it before, but for anyone who's new, this is called COB, chip on board. So the difference with this stuff is, instead of having an IC that is soldered to the board like this one, they are pre-printed ICs in the board. It's a cheaper way of doing it, believe it or not. And then they just cover it in this sort of epoxy resin. So under there's like a pre-printed IC. You can see some gold flashing on this board as well, but the whole board isn't flashed, isn't gold, which is not a surprise. We've got a crystal here, and then tiny MLCCs and another crystal. These crystals crack me up. I've only came across these ones recently. I don't know why they crack me up, but they do. They're funny. Okay, so this, unfortunately, these don't have gold fingers. Quite often anything that takes a cartridge will have some gold connectors, but this one doesn't. A little bit of ferrite there. So that's what's inside that. Oh, I do have, see, a little copper here, and then also you've got that jack as well. So I missed this one. Get that off. Leave no copper behind, people. Teeny weeny, but it's coming to me. And there's another ceramic capacitor there. Nice. More switches. So you always want to take switches because there's a strong chance of silver. Oh, these are these really dull looking, look like they've got nothing at all. Okay, and then your plastic waste. That one I'm not going to throw yet because I want the oh look, got all these buttons. Quite like these. These can go into creations. Yeah, quite like that. Where's my random creations? There we go. Okay, so that was the not interested in those ones. The learning device. Can't even remember what it was now. Was it VTech? I think so. Okay, so next up, let's do this little fella. So this is a, neaten up this workspace a little bit. This is a Wi-Fi extender, you know, like a little one that you have in your house. Extends the Wi-Fi to different rooms. It bounces the signal. Actually, it works really well. This was my Wi-Fi extender. And actually, we wouldn't have Wi-Fi in our living room if it wasn't for a Wi-Fi extender. So, I really like them. This is only a cheap one, hence why it stopped working. I had to buy a better one. But yeah, it's actually pretty good as a device. Okay, so little board, little bit of gold flashing there. So got a VGA there. That looks like, can't see the code, but this looks like a, yeah, got got the copper spools inside there. Tiny though, look at them. Blimey. No pins of value in there. The slight tinge of gold, but not worth it. But there is a gold band crystal oscillator there, and a little tiny switch there. So there'll be some silver, and that's a press switch. There'll be some silver behind there. Tiny MLCCs. Just check they're not diodes. No, there's no codes, but they are MLCCs. So yeah, that's the little board inside there. And then of course you've got your brass, but I mean bare minimum. Oh, it's one of those weird ones where that bit clicks on and off. Okay, so that I need to get in there and get all this. That will all be brass. Oh no, they're not brass. Okay, so they're just these bits of brass. So obviously we want those, which I'll do, and I'm feeling a bit better. Okay, that's your little Wi-Fi extender. Sometimes they've got a bit of a better board in than that. Little gold corner BJs and such like. But there is nearly always a gold band crystal oscillator in them. Okay, BT router. Now we've all seen routers be done. Nothing. Plastic. Okay. This is going to be an easy one. I love routers. They're quick, they're easy, they have wonderful little boards. There's nothing to not love about that. More plastic. Okay, so what have we got here? So we've got some nice BGAs here and some little flat packs here, like a memory IC here and another flat pack here, another flat pack there. We've got a couple of crystals here, which is nice. Chunky MLCCs here. Double check. Yes, a few. We've got another ceramic capacitor there. A transformer module. They're nice. They have a nice little spool of copper inside, like so. And here another couple of transformer modules. If you're not sure, the biggest giveaway is being next to the ports, because these are the transformer modules that go with these ports. Hang on. I'll do it this way. It's quite awkward because they're right next to the port. I just want to get one off to show you. Damn, resilient little so-and-so, huh? Okay. So, I just want to show, I'll depopulate it later. So this is full of these miniature copper spools. I don't like the really miniature ones because they're awkward. But you can get bigger, nicer spools, to be honest. But hey ho. So that's about it for this one. That's another transformer module there. That's going to this one. And so is that going to that one. Looks like an IC, but it's not. It's going with this red. I guess that's the Ethernet one there. On the other side, yes, there we go. Gold band crystal oscillator there, and another one there. They are tiny, but we do know they add up, right? And it's actually covered in nice chunky MLCCs as well. So if you can't tell the difference between the MLCC and like the diodes or resistors, they like to confuse us by putting things in that look the same. If it's marked C, it's definitely an MLCC when it looks like that with the silver on both ends. As long as it's got that Mark C, you're fine. Yeah. Gosh, I need one of Raphael's magnifying things. I've got another BGA up there as well. I nearly missed that. Okay, so they look nice. Always grab routers. They're brilliant. Modems, routers, whatever you call them. They are good stuff. Okie dokie. A car radio. No, it isn't. It's a car heating control unit. Fan control unit. So we've got some big switches going on in here. Right. I think I said when I got this out of the pallet that I've done plenty of removable stereos, and I did like a built-in car stereo. God, it's been awkward. But I've never done a heating control unit before. You can see some gold pins. Okay, and then it's just going to need an unclip. Ooh, nice. Okay, so there's another couple. Wait, no. Okey-doke. So that's lovely. Plastic rubbish. Some nice gold pins in there. I don't know if you can see them in this light, but they're quite a nice colour. Okay, nice flat pack, chunky one. Capacitors, some transistors, another transistor. Nothing really. So they may have, these little transistors may have some copper in them, like MOSFETs, but I'm not entirely sure. I could be talking nonsense on that. What I'd have to do is actually get into one to remind myself. If in doubt, just get into it, because it's just, you know, there are so many different components. Where'd it go? Damn it. Anyway, it's left the contents there. Just make sure it's not plated copper. Oh, it is plated copper. Okay. Awesome. I love finding little components that have copper. Alrighty, so these little transistors are in fact similar principle to MOSFETs, and they do have some plated copper in there. Can you see? Can you see? Hopefully you can see. Tap the board here and have a look. Here, focus, focus, focus. Not sure it's focusing enough for you. Lovely jubbly. Alright, I'm excited about that. That's cool. Look, there's another couple on the back also. Yaha! Yoo-hoo! Okay, so that's that side of that board. These are not gold ribbon, unfortunately. See, that's not gold there. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Okay, wow. Oh yeah. Biddy biddy bip. Biddy biddy bip. Yeah. I love that. That is awesome, man. Oh, I even like that actually. Ooh. Yeah. That's going in the Creations tub. I know it's plastic, but come on. Awesome. Okay, these are brilliant switches. Loads of switches here. Should be some good silver recovery here, which is awesome. Yoo-hoo. Cool. See, I love taking stuff apart. This is why you get into stuff like this. Look what you find. It's so awesome. So awesome. That is cool, man. Might display that one. Alright, well that was short and sweet, wasn't it? Next, so I come across these quite often. These are telephone bases. Got some little gold fingers on there, you can see. Oh no, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is not a telephone base at all. This is actually an iPod dock. Because that is a phone port. So it looks just like a telephone base, but it isn't. It's like a dock. You've got it's like an alarm one. Play your music. On off. Pretty cool, isn't it? Clock radio speaker. Not a phone at all. So we pretty much know what's going to be in here. Nothing exciting. Oh, close. That was a rookie mistake, wasn't it? Put my hand there. I missed a screw. Yeesh. Okay. Oh look, rainbow wire. Oh yeah, you know I love my rainbow wire. Playing hard to get. Here we go. Nice clicky ones. Yeah. We love a clicky switch. It might be too small this. Let's see. Oh no. I tend to do the little because it's less likely to it allows it to find the thread without cross-threading it off quite so easily. I mean, it does happen obviously. Okay. Oh, I had a little screen bit. Oh, hang on a minute. Don't let that bit go with the gold recovery. Silly sollers. Got your little gold, tiny, but adds up. And then in the morning I'll take that apart and there should be some nice gold flashing in there as well. Okay, and your screen. Nice IC there. Those funny crystals again. Isn't that funny? I'm getting loads of these now. Maybe I just didn't notice them before. Some flat packs. And more. Oh look, more of these transistors here. Oh no, those ones are relays. Oh, it gets so confusing, man. So confusing when they look the same and they're different things. Okay, fair enough. I'm still going to break into one of those tomorrow to see what's in it. Okay, so that's your, not that, that was your little docking thing. Cool. Okay guys, it's a new day. It is Wednesday. Hurrah! Which means I actually get to speak to you all tonight. I'm feeling a little bit better again this morning, so that is all good. I'm sorry about the heating noise again, but it's so cold in here. And I've come up fairly early in the morning, so yeah. So there's the speaker out there and the battery compartment. Couple of screws. Okay, so that was that done. Let's move on to this mini printer. So I've done mini printers before. I have gained quite a few new subscribers recently, to which I'm really grateful. So some of this isn't brand new to my original gang, although different brands do have different goodies. So, right, so this one is a little HP. It's got all these different card slots, which is awesome. What's this? Oh look, there's the ink. Okay, it's got some gold contacts on there. Always got gold contacts on your ink cartridges, so never leave those behind. Okay, I always just snap off this bit just to basically get it out of the way. Printers love a Torx screw. You know, if this thing's full of them inside, I may well put the attachment on the impact. It might not be necessary. Well, that's a tiny one there. I think we're going to need my trusted friend again. There we go, it's a 6. See some gold pins here already. On all printers actually, if you can unclip these side things, you can then get in a bit more to some more screws, instead of, hang on, glasses, instead of smashing all the way in. It's just a number of clips. Once you've kind of started it, quite often you can just snap it off. Oh, all right. This one is catching. Yeah, you always have to check that there's no like hidden components, because there are often hidden components. There we go. More plastic. All right, lovely little motor here. Okay, so if I've got a number 10, I'm going to whip it on because it'll just be quicker, basically. There we go. Okay, so screen, same jobby, with gold ribbon. This one's got gold ribbon as well, which is nice. You see? Yep. Gold ribbon, and that will be the same on the other end. Sometimes a nice bit of bordered gold flashing as well. Just doing this to check if it's brass. It's not brass, there's no yellow tinge, so that's a nice little bit of aluminium. Okay, so look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo. Gold pins, baby, and they run all the way through, but they're not gold all the way through. So these ones are just gold tipped, but these ones, there's a couple just inside, they're running all the way through because you can see the gold in the middle. So that's very nice. That might be brass in there, so I will get that off. So it's a beefy one. So now we get into the messy stuff. Yeah, printers like to do me over, cover me in colour. It's like a favourite pastime. It's like their last bit of their last hurrah is covering solids in ink. Okay, so nice board here, really nice. I'm going to go through that in a minute. Let's get the other bits off first. Springs, there's always loads of springs as well on a printer, and I love a spring. I like big springs and I cannot lie. Oh yeah, other scraps can deny. Okay, that motor will be free. I don't keep these little, I would have thousands of these bands if I did keep them. I know some people do, but yeah, I can't. I keep most stuff, but the bands I don't. Oh, speaking of M&Ms, that reminds me of Kevin. I've probably already said this in chat, given how far into the video we'll be, but some people were asking yesterday, wondering about Mrs. McGrath, who was in hospital with a kidney stone, where she had a procedure. Now I woke up to the message this morning, so for UK the procedure was sort of today, or yesterday. So yeah, basically she's had the procedure, and it all went really well, and hopefully by the time this actually airs she may even be home, so that's fantastic news. We were all thinking about you both, Kevin, and I know Kevin's probably going to be too busy looking after Mrs. McGrath to be here, but we were worried, weren't we? So that's fabulous news. We like to have some good news for a change, so wishing her a speedy recovery. which is yeah, good news. There we go. So, because all the screws are underneath, just to, you know, make it as easy as possible for us. Another one, inky one. And then we want these. There we go, another little motor. There we go. That's what I wanted, these chunky gold pins here. Nice. Okay, and then there's nothing else in there. Okay, so got some cogs. They're not amazing, they're not for me either. Alright, so let's look at the actual board of this one. So we have got a nice big BGA here. Sorry, I know I'm always tapping my screen to get the view, but otherwise I give you a rubbish view. So yeah, nice BGA there, and a couple of flat packs and some ICs, another flat pack. Is that, yeah. Okay, I've said about the gold fingers pins here. So loads of ICs, a couple of tanties on the back, very nice. Oh, chunky MLCCs here as well, which is lovely. I'm just going to bring it up closer to me because I'm getting to that age where I can't see it that far away. Yeah, so loads of diodes and things. Yeah, that's about it actually. So a few nice chips on there for recovery. So that's your board. Sometimes you get nice gold corner VGAs in printers. I mean, this is a tiny printer, so that's not a surprise, but yeah. Okay, so the switches, obviously you've got silver contacts. Come on. Yeah. Yes, but they do actually have a lot of goodies in them. There's lots of things for gold recovery in printers. It might not be the best gold, but actually it depends on what printers you're going into, because oh, this is being a pig. This is going to take a bit more delicate. Here we go. Yeah. Seriously. Don't turn your nose up at the printers. Okay, so it's almost a bit like Mylar, but I'm wondering whether this, you know, is there going to be silver in there? We'll keep it just in case. The colour's odd. Could well be. Not sure on that one, to be honest. Okay, so we get to the stage where we get a little bit messy when we're doing like a mini marathon. But it's just so I can show you at the end the bits without having, you know, I can get some of the screws up though. The screws I used in my e-waste creations anyway. And I've actually got so many people that want something. I really need to get on that too. But I thought I'd do populate first and then I'll have more components to make all this stuff. So, a couple of things left. This is the hand base for another mixer. So we all really know there'll be a nice motor of some description in there. Oh, this is a resilient little beast. The other way is just to hammer it in. Oh my god. Wow, this is having none of it. You are not getting in here, Solars. Not happening. Well, sorry, man. But I am. Whether you like it or not. Right. It's a triangle. And the point of that is to annoy Solars, yep, and every other scrapper out there. But look! Oh yes! She's got one in this set of wonder. Are you in? Are you in? No. Oh. Right. Alright. We'll just have to brute our way in from this way. Finally! Okay. Ooh, nice. Okie dokie. Just being a dork. And I haven't got the energy to fight with it today. Right. So. Got a lovely motor in here. And I can see that's copper. There is not a chance that's not copper. Lovely. Got some beautiful switches in here. Inside of which will be a piece of copper, a little tiny piece of brass, and a silver contact. I mean, what's not to love about that? Just opening up the box. Just to show you peeps. Alright, here we go. So we've got silver contact there. This is not copper though. Not copper. What is that lovely little material? Yeah, it's magnetic, so that's annoying. But there is a little blob of silver contact at least. And here also. That bit may well be. There's a brassy tinge to that one. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, not bad. Couple of little. Shame there's not a little bit of copper in there as well, but it happens. So yeah, 2 of those. Nice if you're after the silver contacts. And then the motor, always a nice brass end, which we like. Right, little armature here. So this is nice copper here. Got some of this. Now I never know if this is phosphor bronze or not. It looks like it, but it's a very brittle material. A bit like ferrite. So it's always puzzled me, this one, without some encouragement. Okay, so anyway. Have a little look, shall we? And oh no, oh no, hang on. Oh, it's the lacquer. Phew, thought it was aluminium for a second. I saw this was copper, but then when I just cut that, so it is copper. Okay. It's a nice copper in the armature of the motor here, and this nice bit at the top. So nice little copper motor. And obviously you've got some shred as well. No aluminium in this one. That might be a little bit of brass in there. Need my tiny magnet. I think it's pulling, but it could be the outside, and some ferrite inside as well. Okay, so that's first shred. Sure, not bad. And copper spring as well, which is always nice. And M&M, another bit of brass, yeah, so good. All right, this is just a little controller. So light, there's going to be like nothing in here. So I've got some brass on the battery connectors. I've got to try and get in there with my tiny one. Right, little dink should do it. Okay. Yeah, look guys, you've got Darth Vader. Okie doke. Quite get in there. Yep. Okay, so we've got a switch. Nice, variable one. Get off of me! Son of a gun. That was sharp. No, I had gloves on. Well, that would have been in my finger. Okay. So again, I get the brass out of the battery terminals because that adds up. Okay, so I've got some LEDs, nice LEDs here. Nice switch too. Another LED. Sweet. Let's see what that is. That's steel. And that'll be the same then. Yeah. Okay, so basically a couple of switches. So you'd have some little silver contacts potentially. Oh, that little capacitor there, that could actually be, that almost does look sort of dipped, so possibly, could possibly be an old Tanti there, but it doesn't quite look right, but it doesn't quite look like the other ones, so I'd keep that anyway. Yeah, basically that's about it. Some resistors. So yeah. Oh, just an IC on the back. Okay, so a couple of switches basically. Pretty much to be as what was be expected in there. Quite like that. Okay, so on to the last. Quite like that as well. The fan. Teeny spring. So fan heater. Actually, it's quite heavy for the size, so that's a good thing. Now we all know it's copper we're looking for in one of these. A couple of switches, which is pretty awesome. This is weird, isn't it? Right, not very long. So I've got to do this by hand. Yes. God, yeah, these are stiff. Blimey O'Reilly. Let's see if the bigger one has a better... No, not that one. That one. Oh, yeah, okay. Bigger is better in this case. That's it, got it, I think. Whoa! Ah, she's a liability. Okay. Whoa! We're in. Oh God, not miss. Wow, this is quite some fan heater, I have to say. Okay. So, a bit of steel there. Look at this guy. Okay, so look, check this out. I like that too. Hello, brassy goodness on this. seeing if I can unhook it all without the need for hammering dead spider. There we go. Oh, this is gorgeous. Turn my light off. This is gorgeous. All right. So, now, we have got switches galore. So in here, we've got the brass, the copper. Under that copper there will be a silver contact. And there she is. Nice. Very nice. Okay, and I'm going to put this back on because these are sharp. Like the heating. Never, is it filament or element? I actually don't know the difference. I'm guessing element is involving water, but yeah, maybe you can educate me on that one. So this is non-magnetic, but I don't know what it is. Haven't done for ages, so that's, I always put this in my miscellaneous. If anyone does know what this non-magnetic metal is, let me know. Sometimes it's got like an alloy type shine to it, you know, like that iridescent rainbow colour. This one doesn't actually, but yeah. Okay, anyway, look at this. Look at all these brass connections. This is beautiful. And there's going to be some nice goodies inside here. Why don't I have a little go at showing you, as this is the last thing. Okay, so it's about getting your bits off, making it as accessible as possible without all this stuff in the way, basically. So I usually just pull these off like this. I was trying to separate these first. It's working. Look at it! Okay, so I'm trying to see, here's all your copper. And then silver contacts on the ends. Just trying to tip them up. So silver contacts here, and here. So yeah, nice copper, nice brass, nice silver contacts. What is not to love about those? And you got it twice, so that's awesome. Not to mention these massive brass connectors here. That is going to add up to a nice little pile of brass. Awesome. Alright, plastic and yucky. Okay, so that's just steel. Looks slightly brassy, but you can tell it isn't. I just need some encouragement out of the housing there. It's plastic fan blades, so nothing exciting there, unfortunately. Oh, totally missed with that one. Okay, so just a little motor here. Ugh. Ugh. Get it away, get it away, get it away, get it away now. That, however, could be a brass screw, but it isn't. Okay. Very red copper in here. So let's have a little look-see. Oh no, looks okay. That does look okay actually. And I've split some of it open already and I can see it is copper. Woohoo! Okay, so you've got a little bit of copper in there. Not too bad, is it? I can also see a little copper toroid in there. How weird. Huh. Yeah. That's funny, that is. Okay, so yeah, another nice little motor to go in the motor par. Oh, I forgot to get this bit off the printer, didn't I? Okay, this is Inky Mess, but it does have gold, so there. So we further process. Jeez Louise. Ugh. Sorry. Oh right, and that one isn't. What's going on here? It's magnetised. Sheesh. Still, that can all just go into shred. Okay, got the other little motor. Right, so what I might just do for you guys is get all these brassy bits off and show you. What we've got, another steel rod, that one will be kept. Needs cleaning up though, it's covered in ink. Okay, so this week's mail is this amazing sticker from Scrapman Dan. Check out that effect. Isn't that incredible? Awesome. I know most of you know Dan. If you don't, please go and check out his channel. He is an awesome guy. Excuse me. And he has an extensive knowledge. He's been doing this for years. He really does know his stuff. He's got amazing trinkets and he's also really talented and he can make some wonderful things. So if you don't already have Scrapman Dan, please go and check him out. But I've just realised I can almost see my own reflection in this sticker. Oh, how grim. But yeah, it's beautiful. That effect moving all the way around the sticker is just brilliant. So that's awesome. Okay, so go check out Scrapman Dan and subscribe if you haven't already, because he's fabulous. Okay, so what did we get out of those few items? We got all of these goodies. So still got some brass to get out of the battery terminals over here. Got some magnets, this heating bit. Got stuff with gold pins. Got some nice quality boards, gold flashing, more gold pins, loads of, you know, little chips, bits and pieces, and some lower grade. But the lower grade boards can bear some wonderful goodies. Don't discount those, whatever you do. We've got some screens, and then copper bearing goodies. And some bits for E-Waste Creations as well. Well, all of this goes for E-Waste Creations actually, but you know, some specific bits that I really like. And that's the brass connectors off of those, the bits just inside that fan heater alone, and that's all the copper and silver contacts out of that. I mean, wonderful. So yeah, you can see for yourself. I just wanted to show you the little guy. Sometimes, you know, we're not all big full-time scrappers who make a living out of our scrap. You know, sometimes it's a hobby, sometimes it's making a bit on the side. I just wanted to show everybody that sometimes the little guys do have some wonderful goodies, and if you've got the time to do it, then it's great. I mean, I've got 3 young children. I could be doing a lot more. I do a lot of processing though while watching live streams, so that's always wonderful. Things like, you know, separating the copper to make that clean, just using your little snips and stuff. Sit there doing it on a live stream. Ralph Morrick is the best one for that. He's always, you know, I was going to say he's always fiddling with something, well, but he's always like, you know, doing some form of micro scrapping whilst watching, you know, being on panel, watching streams and stuff. So it's just a great use of time. You're there anyway, so just, you know, maximise on your time. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. So coming up will be, pelvis permitting, will be the depopulation videos starting. So I'm really, really looking forward to doing that. And yeah, I'm not going to turn around and show you the boards. You've seen them before anyway. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you have a good week. I will see you around, I'm quite sure. And I'll catch you in the next one. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you did. Please subscribe, share. All massively appreciated. Okay, love you all. Thanks. Bye.